Namaste everyone, myself Dr. Rishi Vyas. On behalf of the Other Song Homeopathic Clinic, the Other Song Academy, Homeopathic Medical Publishers, Shankaran's Clinic, Sampurnam Healing, I welcome you all on this session with Dr. Rajan Sankaran. Before we move ahead, a little bit about Dr. Rajan Sankaran. Dr. Rajan Sankaran, born in 1960, is an international renowned thinker, teacher, and a writer of homeopathic system of medicine from Mumbai. He is the illustrious son of well-known homeopathic teacher Dr. P. Shankar. He graduated from CMP Homeopathy Medical College in Mumbai and later he was also associate professor for 25 years. Dr. Shankaran has researched and extensively clinical practice which has led him to deeper understanding of man in health and disease, to levels beyond one's consciousness into subconscious and level of awareness. This helped him to develop finer techniques grouped together as witnessing inner song experience, also called as wise processes, which are being used in homeopathic case taking and also in health workshop for larger communities. These wise processes are now also applied to his retreats, which he does, called as wise retreats or birth retreats. Dr. Shankaran has written 22 plus books and which have been published translated into various different languages. For the lay people, he has also written book The Other Song, The Dog Yogi Banyan Tree, and his latest book, The Manji the Boatman, gives a glimpses of his view towards life. His deep interest in classical music has extended his provings in the form of ragas or melodies. He has carefully researched and established a specific raga which is suited for a specific individual. This work has now shaped in the form of raga therapy. You can get this on Play Store or App Store. So friends, before we start this wonderful session, a little bit instructions for the meditation. You can choose a quiet, peaceful environment. You can turn off all the sets, phones, and noisy things around you. You can be in a very comfortable clothes, sit in a comfortable position. You can sit with or without crossed legs, or on a cushion or a chair, or even very good with a meditation bench. So let's begin with the session. Over to you, Shankaran sir.
Yeah, welcome everybody. And basically, I have not prepared anything or come with any specific things to say. But I hope that together we will have the intention to let us say come to a deeper place in ourselves. So to do that, You see, let us not wait for some technique or some method or some instruction and look for when the session is going to start, because it has already started. Many of us have different ideas of what meditation is and what benefits can occur because of it, or even what can we achieve. And we feel that like everything else in life, meditation is something that we need to do or practice or even perfect in order to reach a certain goal, a certain state, or to have a certain experience, which may be an experience of peace, experience of enlightenment, experience of calm or tranquility, Buddhahood, samadhi, a kind of panacea for all our problems. Maybe even like a tranquilizer. Oh. And then we ask ourselves, have I reached there yet? Am I already there? How long will it take? What am I doing wrong that I'm not getting there? Isn't it? Maybe I try a different guru, you see. So when we ask ourselves, what do we want to achieve? Why are we here right now? Why did you register for this session? And most of us will say, because I want this or I want that. And usually, what you want is an experience. Maybe an experience of peace or calm or joy or bliss, enlightenment, or whatever that means for you. But mostly, we are looking for an experience. But is this what meditation is all about? Is it about doing something in order to get something, achieve something, experience something, or reach a state of a different state of consciousness? We are together today to examine this, examine it together. There are no answers. I don't have an answer. I have only questions. Like the ones I just asked. And what we can do together is to encourage each other to look within, and to look at these questions. And basically, at this point, when we begin this looking within, it is possible that our eyes may gently close because our attention is inside. There's nothing to look outside. Can we, for a moment, give up the idea of needing to reach somewhere or to desperately seek for some experience? Can we just put that aside for the moment and just without any objective, without any purpose, just with curiosity, with inquisitiveness, can we look, observe. What does it mean to look and to observe? To look and to observe means to not use your intellectual faculty, to not to think or reason or remember or even know or even associate or remember what you read or heard. These are all functions of the intellect. So can we for a moment suspend, put aside, uninstall, you can say even in modern language, can we uninstall for the moment? You can download it again later on. For the moment, disactivate, you can say, intellect. What is intellect? Reasoning, logic, knowledge, memory, ideas, things that others have spoken, our philosophy, our religion, our literature, even the most revered spiritual beings, what we have read from them or heard, can we just for this time, for the next 1 hour, can we put it away? All the ideas that you have about meditation, about spirituality, about yourself, all the philosophies, holy books, keep it away for the moment. And just use the power of witnessing. The time to do it is now. This is not a homework. This session is meditation itself. So when we suspend the intellect and all our learning and knowledge, and start to observe looking within, what do you observe? Normally, you observe the body. That's the most obvious thing. When you observe the body, the first thing you observe usually is the breathing. So let's turn our attention to the breathing. What you observe is the breath goes in, lungs expand, then the breath goes out, then there is a pause. Another breath begins, goes in, then a pause, breath goes out, pause. Let us observe this phenomena. It's so interesting. Normally we don't watch it. In, pause, out, pause, in, pause, out, pause. See, you don't have to stop it or change it or quicken it or slow it down. Just watching. So you can say that the breathing arises like a wave and subsides. The inhalation arises, subsides. And another wave, another breath. So one breath, second breath, third breath. Each breath arises like a wave and it subsides. Put your total attention on that. You don't have to think, remember, know anything. This is the simplest thing. Each breath arises like a wave and subsides. Then after a pause, another breath arises and subsides. So each breath comes and goes, arises and subsides. As you observe, now slowly turn your attention to the pause, to the space between one breath and the next. This space, this pause is quite stable. This pause, this space does not arise and subside. It does not come and go. Can you observe that? Can you confirm that it is true? You see, there are then two parallel aspects of you. One is the breath that comes and goes, and second is the space in which it comes and goes. Two things exist parallelly, simultaneously. Now, as you are observing the breath and the space, it is possible that some thoughts occur in your mind. It may be thoughts of past or the present or future. It may be emotions, plans, regrets, anxieties, pleasant memories. These thoughts, these emotions should also be witnessed. Most of the time, we encourage the thoughts, we give energy to them, we feed them, chase them. But for this moment, let us not engage them or identify with them, but just observe them. Then you see these thoughts also, like the breathing, they come and go, appear and disappear. So in the same way, can we see, observe, if there is any space between one thought and another. Can we take a little distance from these thoughts and emotions? Just let them come and go. And can we look if there is something beyond, something deeper, something distant, away from this plane of consciousness where things happen, where things come and go, is there possibly within us a space that does not come and go. You don't have to deny, suppress, divert your mind. Allow it to do whatever it wants. Have any worry, any anxiety, any grief, any joy. Let it happen. You don't need to deny anything or divert. You will just need to observe them. And when you observe, you find that every emotion, thought, anxiety, memory, imagination, every experience even comes and goes. You can't hold on. The question is there a space which holds all of this, the space in which all of this arises and subsides? The answer to this question should not come from your mind, because that also will be a thought. It's just a question that is meant to stimulate your inquiry. Right now, What is the nature of the space? What is the quality of the space? Does it have a name? Does it have a definition? Does it have a quality? Is it good or is it bad? Is it happy or sad? You have to see, you have to find out by observation. Does it change from time to time? You see, our mind changes, identity changes, age changes, roles change. We take different forms at different times. I know a movie actress. I was just thinking about her this morning. And I was thinking, how many roles does she play? She's a beauty queen. She's an actress. She plays the roles in the movie. She's a wife. She's a mother. Internally, she has a lot of emotional issues. Who is she? Which one of this is her? Is she the wife or the mother or the actress or the emotionally disturbed mind? At different times, she is different. But none of this is stable. Everything changes. At some point, She was a young girl going to school, having a very disciplinarian father who expected too much out of her. She was struggling to cope up. At some point later, she will be a woman in her 50s or 60s or 70s. Skin will get wrinkled, beauty will fade, the child or the children would be grown and gone. Perhaps a relationship will take a different form. Who is she? Is she the girl? Is she who she is now? Is she who she will be 30 years later? All these changing forms, changing roles, changing thoughts, changing emotions, changing concepts. All these changes, where do they happen? Obviously, they happen from a steady place which does not change. Can be observed. The nature of this space. Sometimes in my spare time, I take my phone and observe some clips, some reels, multiple reels. There is politics, entertainment, sport, glamour, food, noise, music, magic, science, engineering, fights, wars, animals. I watch all of this. It's my window to the world. It's like your television has upwards of 100 channels, each saying something else. You can keep on flipping the channels, and everybody is talking, 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 talking. Your mind is bombarded with information, with events, with variety. Each one takes your attention for that moment. Something is happening with the government, with the economics, with the movies. A new restaurant has opened down the street. Mind is very busy with these things, isn't it? It's the nature of the mind. It is restless. It needs entertainment in every form. It needs to be engaged in one anxiety after the other, isn't it? With one complaint after the other. With one goal after the other. These sense objects take away the attention, which flits and jumps one to the other, like a monkey swinging from branch to branch. All of these come and go, isn't it? Everything arises and subsides. Arises and subsides in what? You have an idea about your body. This body also arises, grows, lives, dies, and degenerates, disintegrates. Is that who you are? Are you sure? When your body grows old, do you grow old? Do you feel that the space within has grown older? How old is that space? Is it 1 year, 50 years, 100 years? Or is it ageless, timeless? What is the aim of this inquiry? Who makes this inquiry? Who wants to know? Why? Can you see a purpose? Can you see a destination? Something where you have to reach? Or is it already there and you were, are, and will be there? But as what? As this body mind? Is knowing all this an experience? Or it is just what it is? It is as it is. And who knows this? Who is aware of it? There is no individual here. Awareness awakens to itself. For what purpose? There is no purpose. Because every experience must have someone to experience it, someone to have that experience. The space in which things appear and disappear has no specific individual who has an experience or will have an experience or wants to have an experience. Because that space is complete. It encompasses all experiences. And yet, it is not an experience. It is what it is. And as long as there is someone who says, I want to experience, I want to be enlightened, I want to be peaceful, till that I remains, awakening is not happening. When you give up the I as something that comes and goes, just an idea of the mind, because you are not anybody. You are the space in which things come and go, where every body comes and goes, including the body and mind you thought is you. Even this you appears and disappears in an infinite space, in a timeless space. Just be with it. Be it. Let go of the I. Let go of all desire. Let go of all thoughts. And what remains is the real self, vast, infinite, all encompassing, timeless, spaceless, beingness, consciousness, awareness, truth. This is who you are. Just awaken to it. Yes. So slowly reorient yourself to current time and space, where you are, what time it is, what is your location. Let your eyes slowly open. And with open eyes, be still aware of the space that is who you are, while you are fully with the world At the same time, you can fully be the space of your real self. It is not either or, it can be simultaneous, parallel. This knowledge, this awakening, this awareness is something that will keep you stable through the storms of life, knowing that you are the space in which storms come and go. Yes. If you have any comments or anything you like to ask, you are most welcome to put it on the chat box. And also, whatever you experienced in this session, if you want to share, you're most welcome to do that as well. Yes. Yes, we will put the recording on the YouTube and send you a link. What to do with the flood of thoughts? Take a step back, witness these thoughts, and know that you are not the thoughts. You are the space in which thoughts come and go. Keep your attention on that. Yes, it is advisable to keep away from the bombardment of TV and phone as much as you can, because they are just entertainment. After some time, with this kind of awareness, you will lose interest. Everybody is just making noise and entertaining themselves, basically. Nothing is meaningful. Just nonsense. Most of us are speaking nonsense just to keep our mind entertained. Yes, true. Yes, with practice, you will remain in touch with the space even with open eyes. It is true. Mhm. What is pain meant to be for? Just to ask the question, who is undergoing this pain? Well, what is there after death? Again, let us learn to be awake in this lifetime itself. We don't have to worry what happens after death. A well-known comedian says, after death, everything happens just the same, except you are not there. Yes. Yes. Basically, when you align with the space who you are, the question of what is your purpose will simply disappear. And what will happen is you will become an instrument of creation. Just like the coconut tree gives coconuts without asking why I am there, or the sun gives light without asking what is my purpose. So when you align with your true nature, the universe will make you the instrument of its creation. Why you abruptly bring us back to orient yourself? Because we have all to go home at some point. Uh, how to remain connected with the inner space? You try and do these meditations again and again. So just for your information, we have on www.rajansankaran.com, you have 7-day meditation, which you can access for free, and you can do it. Also, just for your information, in August 13 to 18, we have a retreat in Pune with meditation and inner witnessing processes, which I highly recommend. Again, you will get the information on rajansankaran.com. Wise Retreats, WISE Retreats. Yes. 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 Wonderful. Rishi, you put the link for rajansankaran.com because the more information is there. www.rajansankaran.com. And yes, and the other thing I might suggest for you is to read my recent book called Manji the Boatman. It's Manjhi, Manji the Boatman, which is a spiritual journey, and it's available on Amazon, etc. No, Rishi, it's www.rajansankaran.com. Yes, correct. This is correct. Okay, Rishi, so I think it is time to end the session. And what to say? Just be, just be, just be who you really are. Yes, Rishi.
Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful session. And hope people have benefited and would like to go through the process again. So I have shared the links, and also the healing sessions which will be coming in August, the retreat which will be guided by you, and we'll also share the reference book Maji the Boatman on this chat. The recording will be available very soon, so people can go through again and have a practice of this entire process. So Thank you so much, sir, for guiding us with this entire process and making us aware a little bit about the space within us. Thank you. Thank you so much.